Today we have a very interesting gentleman from Netherlands to do a workshop. Not only today, he has been here 2 days, yesterday and today. So let me ask him to introduce himself. Can you just say something to our YouTube
Yeah,
fans?
sure. My name is Michael. I'm from the Holland, from the Netherlands. I'm here for 2 days. It's actually a birthday present for my 50th birthday from my wife. So I'm here working with Peter on a very interesting and complicated tree.
Okay, so coming all the way from Netherlands to do workshop, you're not the only one. Earlier this year, we had a man, I told you, for 40th birthday, also from Amsterdam, from Netherlands, not far from you. And his friend put him on his car and said, let's go to the airport, a surprise birthday present. So he put him on the plane. And then the next thing, he landed at Gatwick Airport, and then the taxi brought him here. And he said, this is your birthday present, a workshop with me. So he was over the moon. So a lot of people have their birthday present doing workshop with us. But anyway, that is not the point of this video. The point of this video is to have your reaction and feedback about the workshop first. How did you find the workshop so far?
Yeah, it's very interesting, very interesting. Peter teach me a lot, not only about the technical aspects of wiring and looking at trees, but also to find the right lines and give right to the tree.
Okay.
So I'm very pleased to be here with Peter.
So what I tried to show Michael is how to think, isn't it? How to think and
Yes.
how to find
Yeah.
the solution to problems. Because many people are obsessed with technique. Technique will come with practice. But how to get the mindset to analyzing the problem, which is raw material like this. You should have seen it before we started. It was very, very complicated, more complicated than this. And we're gradually setting about to solve the problem. So again, to show you some examples of what we did, this is a very complicated it's Procumbens juniper. This is turned out like this. This was complete mass of branches. And then this you enjoyed doing, huh? This is the Picea nidiformis, and this is produced from very wild material like that. So from this to that is quite a change. But the main point of this interview, which I'm very privileged to have with you, is to pick your brain, because I hope you don't mind me mentioning, you told me that in your professional life, you are a psychologist or psychiatrist?
Yes, a psychologist, clinical psychologist.
Clinical psychologist. Yes. And because you find bonsai very therapeutic, can you tell us something about why bonsai has that effect on people? Because many people tell me that they get a lot of satisfaction and mind, relief.
Mm-hmm.
So why does that do that in bonsai?
Well, it's not so simple to answer that question, but trees are an interlocked symbol in the psyche of people, because trees gave people in the past a lot of protection. So trees are standing for development and growth and protection. So
you mean to say that from ancient days we can relate to nature and the trees because it's in our human psyche?
Yes.
That they're symbols of stability,
stability, protection, growth, development.
Oh,
and that's why it gives people a very calming effect, and a peaceful effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what about bonsai then? When we do the bonsai hobby, how does that relate?
Well, the trees are a little bit are just small copies of big trees.
Symbols, yeah.
They are symbols
of the bigger one.
So that's got the effect on the mind.
Okay.
So by practicing bonsai, it also has some other subjects in it, because it has a nurturing effect, a caring effect, and people love to care, love to nurture.
So you care for the tree?
You take care for the tree, but also it has a creative, artistic component in it, and people like to be creative.
Yes.
And there's also a more challenging analyzing aspect on bonsai, and that gives the mind, the cognitions, the satisfaction of solving problem solving skills. So there's 3 aspects: problem solving, analyzing, technical, caring, nurturing, and they're creative. And that's our
so it gives you fulfillment.
basic human needs who gives fulfillment.
Okay. All right. So it's very interesting. I've never seen it like that. So supposing someone had a lot of trauma or stress in their life, they tell me that they find bonsai therapeutic in some way. Is it to take their mind off their problems?
Yeah, definitely. When I work on trees, I just forget everything around me and just focusing on the process and the tree. And that gives me some space in my mind.
Clear the mind?
And clear the mind. And it has a calming effect. So people who are under stress in normal day lives, I just recommend going to do some bonsai because it's a very nice.
But I suppose that would apply to most other pastimes. Like, well, I do dance. You know, when we dance, we forget everything. So does that, you think, has different effect?
Yeah, it's quite creative, similar.
Yes.
Yeah, it's creative.
Yeah.
It's technical.
Yes.
And you are with another person.
Interacting.
There's an interaction, so you can compare with it.
Yeah. All right. So, of course, there are many aspects of bonsai. The type of bonsai we're talking about is people who are actually creating bonsai. But some people just maybe do one aspect, like caring for the tree. They buy the tree and then they care for the tree. So that is another person, and they will not create. They'll get satisfaction from that.
Of course.
Okay.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
And then there's yet another type of person who will only buy very beautiful trees to admire. They don't do anything to that. Is there anything right or wrong with that?
There's no right or no wrong.
No right or no wrong.
There's just enjoyment.
It's enjoyment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because when I sit on the terrace in Rotterdam, I live in Rotterdam, I have a roof terrace.
Yes.
Most of the time I do nothing on my trees, but I just
enjoy
watching.
Enjoying it. It calms the mind just watching it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is very important. A lot of people who are in the club scene creating, they say, oh, that person only buying the tree, doesn't do anything to it. He's not really into bonsai. So you get that superior feeling from people saying that, they're not really bonsai people because they're only buying the tree and not doing anything to it. But, you know, that's a very important point. They're enjoying it. They're getting peace and calm from just admiring it, isn't it?
Yes.
So we should respect every other person's viewpoint.
Of course. And there's also a process. Because when I started in bonsai just 5-6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, for 2 years I couldn't do anything on the trees because I was scared or I didn't know what to do. So step by step I tried something out and it worked, it didn't work, and so getting into bonsai and practicing bonsai, it takes some mental steps to come to that point.
Okay.
So when someone are only viewing and watching his or her bonsai, maybe in a couple of years they start working on it.
Okay. And of course you follow my YouTube videos?
Yeah, sure, of course. Yeah, he was a big inspirator and motivator.
Okay.
So, and it took me some basic steps to really get into bonsai, and you were one of the persons.
Okay. So what about it? Was it made it simple for you to see how simple it is to do bonsai?
I don't think simple. I think just the enjoyment.
Okay, all right.
And it took some anxiousness away from me.
Okay.
Just try and see what happens.
Okay, not difficult. Okay.
It's some kind of, it's difficult.
People say it takes the fear of bonsai.
Yeah.
Like when you do something new, you always have fear.
A little bit intimidated.
Okay. Intimidation, yeah. Okay, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I hope viewers will see the hobby of bonsai from this point of view, you know, the psychological point of view, you know, to analyze it, to see why we get so much enjoyment. Many people, when they come here and they see the Japanese gardens and the feeling and the calmness, I have often wondered to myself, why is it that does it, you know? You try to analyze it, but somehow you just feel it. You don't analyze it, but there is a reason for it. There is a reason for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about the space? Because in a lot of the Oriental arts, especially Japanese aesthetic, there's a lot of space. Does that I suppose helps to calm? You know, you don't see clutter.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Also. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope viewers will enjoy this. So I hope you enjoyed your experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much. Thank
Okay.
you.
2
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just to complete this video, this is Michael working on this large Bouverensis pine. A lot of branches have been removed. We removed about a quarter of the branches. This is going to be a large multi-trunk style Bouverensis. I will probably show you the complete works when I have worked on it as well, but I'm just showing Michael how to decide on the front and the back and which branches to remove, which branches to keep. So this is the material people can get a chance to work with when they do a one-to-one with me. We have material like that for sale as well. And these are other trees that we have done today.